IGN, Polygon, and the rest, these outlets review games in their own little vacuum. They hand out high scores to garbage and bury the games that actually deserve attention. So you follow their coverage, see a glowing review, drop full price on some AAA title, and it's a dumpster fire. You walk away disappointed, crawl back to your usual session game, money gone. New experience, zero. But I've got a solution. It's called games under $40, and there are actually diamonds hiding in that price range. Today I want to talk about one of them, but I already hear you. I don't want to waste $40 either. Fair point. Any review is subjective. Just like gaming media, I could lie straight to your face. Anyway, Mouse PI is a hidden gem. At $40 it feels like a $60 game, and not because of the graphics. It's a game inspired by Doom and Quake. Classic shooters at their purest. No fluff, just tight quality gameplay. You've got a solid weapon roster: fists, pistol, shotgun and sawed-off, Tommy gun, acid vanisher, dynamite and loose cannon. I've completed about 3/4 of the game and still have a couple of weapon times left to unlock. Enemies scale as you progress. New types keep showing up, each with their own attack patterns, and the levels themselves are varied, no two feel alike, all built around vertical movement and exploration. The gameplay opens up as you go. Right away you're thrown into tight mini arenas and corridors, and every room is smartly laid out. The game keeps you moving. You're always looping the level to grab ammo and medkit, armor or a barrel you can hurl at a crowd. Enemy waves are balanced well. It's not a walk in the park, but that's the point. On a medium difficulty, the game pushes you just enough to make every fight satisfying without demanding you sweat through a hardcore run. New weapons unlock as you push through the story. There's also an upgrade system. Nothing crazy, just adds extra functions to your guns. Alternate fire modes, bigger mags, gunplay gets more fun and more flexible as you go. The pistol is your all-rounder, works at every range, and if enemies get in your face you can always kick them in their rodent nose, but you must keep an eye on your stamina. The shotgun, aka boomstick, opens up later and makes close quarters way messier and more satisfying. Personally, the shotgun upgrade was my highlight. The alt fire on right click absolutely shreds. Mouse heads pop off in this beautiful 1930s cartoon style, by the way. It never gets old. The Vanisher gun melts enemies fast. The James gun is your mid-range workhorse for dismelting groups, and dynamite, perfect for clearing tight packs, knocking heavies back and staggering them. You can stun enemies so you can finish them fast, and you'll want to use everything because every enemy pack has a different composition. Sometimes they spread out, sometimes it's a wave, sometimes there are big tanky guys that'll take forever to kill with just a pistol. The coolest part is that it all happens at the same time. The game throws a different enemy setup at you constantly, and you have to adapt on the fly. Melee enemies are sprinting at you with clubs, forcing you to keep moving while bullets fly past. Meanwhile, a pack of enemies shows up with bombs in hand, and above you, shrews using their tails as propellers are hovering and shooting down at you. Every level demands that you think fast and move faster. And then the environmental kicks in too. Explosive barrels, freeze barrels, acid barrels, great for crowd control when a mob rushes you. There are also hanging objects you can knock down onto enemies, though honestly the game moves so fast I barely use them. On top of all that, you unlock a full set of movement mechanics: double jump, a blink dodge that lets you snap sideways out of a bullet's path, and a helicopter tail that lets you hover and shoot from the air, but you become a slow, easy target up there, so it's a risk-reward call. And all of this works together as one machine. No dead stops, no artificial pacing breaks, not a single moment where I thought this is a core or I'm bored. The gameplay simply doesn't give you time to get bored. This is exactly why, purely from a core gameplay standpoint, this feels like a $60 AAA title. The mechanics are built to deliver fun. That's the most valuable thing any game can have. Doesn't matter how beautiful your graphics are, if the gameplay isn't there, the whole thing falls apart. Mouse PI proves that, and it does it with style. Wait, that's not all. Did you notice the game is styled after 1930s cartoons? Okay, yeah, of course you noticed. Look, visuals matter. They're part of what makes a game feel good. But here's the key distinction. It's not realistic graphics that make a game beautiful. It's beautiful graphics. Take GTA. Sure, they're pushed for realism, but every entry has its own color palette and visual identity that sets it apart. Mouse PI has a genuinely unique style. They didn't invent anything new. They borrowed from the right source and executed brilliantly. The game pulls you into a noir world filtered through a 1930s cartoon lens. And staying true to the era, there's even a card minigame, a baseball variant. It's simple, it's not deep, but that's not its job. I ended up playing a few rounds, got my little moment of fun, and moved on to popping more rotten heads. Perfect balance of style and bonus content. However, the visuals wouldn't have worked nearly as well without the music. Another standout feature of the game is its jazz soundtrack. It does a great job of immersing you in the atmosphere and really sticks with you. Creating something like this isn't easy. Jazz theory differs from classical music in that it allows for much more freedom, both in harmony and in musical phrasing. Extended chords, dissonance like seconds and minor seconds, all of this requires a trained ear and a clear sense of when it works and when it doesn't. I definitely highlight this soundtrack and put it on the same level as the one from Doom 2016, at least in terms of performance and production quality. Music like this isn't something you come across in games very often, but it doesn't stop at the aesthetic. The world itself has texture, both in the safe hub and out on missions. Police brutality, working class locals, and downtown bar where you can see city life through the windows at night. A roadside bar in the middle of nowhere full of suspicious characters, clearly conducting very suspicious business with a distinct smell of blue cheese in the air. The game leans into noir humor, packs in references, and commits hard to cheese metaphors. I mean, it's a game about mice. What did you expect? Troy Baker nails the lead performance. The whole voice cast is fantastic, and the characters are genuinely memorable. This is the answer to bloated AAA games with repetitive gameplay and forgettable characters. You don't need a massive open world. You don't need a 200 million or 300 million budget. What you need is a tight, balanced core gameplay, a distinct visual identity, and the story that doesn't try to be a high art, but wraps everything into one coherent experience. None of that is easy, by the way. It takes real vision and real craft, and they did it all for $40, but it plays like $60.